All right, a little technical difficulties with our previous setup on the live stream. Unfortunately, had to cut that one short. And well, we're back now. We're here to Real Cast Fishing. Your host, Glenn, with the City of Allen Fishing Field Team, COAF Field Team, and we're starting out a new series. This is our question and answer series where hopefully I can give you some insight as to some of the questions and comments that had come up over the course of the past few live streams that we've done. We're doing this mobile fishing live stream where we were fishing different ponds and different locations, as well as our run to the Texas coast, fished the Galveston Fishing Pier. Had a great time over there, and we got several pretty good live streams with some real good engagement. There was, I think, one evening we got about 9,000 plus folks just doing some views and joining in on the live stream, and well, that was pretty cool. So appreciate that for those that were able to join in on that. Certainly enjoyed that. Actually, let me clear up something here. Trying to fix the. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and start out. What I wanted to do is just go through some comments and questions that came up over the past live streams that we've done over the course of about 3-4 weeks now. And then hopefully that'll open up some questions, comments, or maybe answer the mail in some cases. All right. So first thing, starting out, this is one related to some ultralight. Let me go put this right here. Ultralight bait casting. The setup that we are using, which is the new Shimano reel, that Shimano Corrado BFSXG. Some questions came in on that, specifically asking about the rod we were using in that first video. And just to recap that question, it was what rod were you using? This is when we went out for the first time with that Shimano Corrado BFSXG while I was still standing by to figure out what rod I was going to put together for it. And it ultimately become the Live Bait Finesse Systems fishing combo, because what it's currently on now is the Shimano Corrado BFSXG on a 7-foot ugly stick, the ugly stick elite series. So it's a little bit lighter 7-foot rod, and I plan on using it for some live bait casting. In this case, some live shad, some live mullet, and trying to get my finger or my thumb educated enough so that I'll be ready for another run to the coast for potentially some of those speckled trout, because we did end up catching some undersized speckled trout under the lights at the Galveston Fishing Pier. Also got one keeper that went about 18, or actually went 18 inches, and they made a pretty good meal. Okay, so what rod was I using in the initial video in that particular live stream? It was a Shakespeare micro cast. It's the spin casting combo that you can get. I think several years ago, you could get them as a one whole complete set with some additional gear that came with it. And what I did was I took the spin casting reel and I repurposed it as an ultralight bait caster. Turns out I've got two of them. Turns out they are one-piece rods, and they do cast your 1/16 ounce rooster tail, 1/16 ounce super dupers, no problem. I have no issue with it, and it does fit the style that I use when I am doing the bait finesse style casting, which is that sidearm cast. Okay. Let's see. The next one was, let's see. It was, they were talking about the slot limit for speckled trout here. So the run to Galveston this past 2 weeks ago, we did run into that new regulation. I think they started last year. It's a 15 to 20-inch slot limit. Anything over that, you have to let go. Anything under, you have to let go. But I think there is a trophy size one you can keep, one of which of those three daily limit speckled trout you can keep that are over 30 inches. But I believe you have to have a bonus tag. I just got my new Texas fishing license, and it included in there the all-water fishing license combo. It included a speckled trout tag or sea trout tag, and I believe it's similar to the the one that you get for some bull reds, some I think over so many inch bull reds that you have to do that. I think it's like 28 inches or something. Anyhow, that was that question about that slot limit. Looks like Connor's on. Hi, Connor. How's it going? Just doing a little Q&A session, open forum, trying to go over some of the questions that came up over the past live streams that we've done. Specifically the mobile fishing live stream where I've got the phone rigged up on a neck harness and I'm just kind of shooting into the area that I'm fishing, just giving you a first person point of view of some of the action out there. All right, Austin Walker, what's up? I'm new. I appreciate you joining us, Austin Walker. Just going over some questions. So far, there was a question concerning the rod that I was using for the little short 4.5-foot rod that I was using for my Shimano Corrado BF-SXG, and then also just gave some background as to why I'm putting that rig together, because I currently now have a ugly stick on it, the 7-foot ugly stick that I'm pretty happy with it so far. Let's see. There was a question concerning what I was fishing for in those different ponds. From a pond standpoint, just typically your bass, your bluegill, sunfish, the occasional catfish, which just the last set of shorts I put out, as well as during one of the live streams where the bite was slow, ended up getting a nice channel cat hitting a DIY inline spinner, just casting it parallel to shore, and hey, catfish will be striking some spinners, it looks like. Do you eat all your catches? No, I don't. Pretty much if it's in a pond, I leave them alone. We'll keep what I catch out of the local lake, be it white bass, catfish, and some stripers, excuse me, and then saltwater, just depending on what we're targeting. Shark and keeper size reds and speckled trout will keep them. But other than that, we pretty much do catch and release. Okay, there was a question concerning personal best bass, 8-pound bass, largemouth bass up in Oklahoma out of a pond, probably a small pond, using a vintage lure that I picked up at an antique store. So it's the largest 8-pound bass I got as a personal best. Other personal best, I guess, striped bass. It was 30-something inch striped bass, and then numerous bull reds and whatnot. Let's see. Do you fillet fish? Yeah, I do fillet fish. Not considered penguin hunting. Okay, there was another one about someone had mentioned that they were using a bait finesse setup that cost them like $750, and then someone had asked, "Is that high? Is that low?" To me, that's high. I tend to keep things a bit lower when it comes to my fishing gear, especially in the bait finesse style. I think the Shimano Corrado I just picked up, what is it, 2-3 weeks ago, $220, and then the ugly stick, Shakespeare ugly stick 7-foot. That one went for $70, so under 300. Let's see. I did break a rod, and there was one question as to how I put it back together. The way the tip broke, it was the bass, a bass rod, 7-foot bass rod that I use for fishing weightless Senkos, and it broke off. And let's see, the whatchamacallit, where it broke, I still could salvage that piece, and I repurposed another rod that I had with a thinner section. I used that as an insert, and then from there I used some Zap-A-Gap. It's like a super glue that's pretty strong, and I was able to be able to get that one back up and running again. All right, any non-fishing related questions I skipped, so FYI, this is fishing Q&A. All right. Let's see. The other thing is there was a question concerning a $100 rod recommendation. So one thing that I typically find when I'm on these live stream and the chat sessions and they're asking questions and whatnot, the what do you call it? Let's see if I can see something here. Okay. Just got to clear something real quick. There we go. All right. All right. So unfortunately, I have to do some content moderation on the fly. So that's what I do when we need to. Okay. So one of the things I was asked about $100 rod recommendation. So if you're asking about a rod recommendation, really the question when you're asking someone who is maybe gives you their suggestion is clarify what type of fishing you're going to do. So when you ask the question, $100 rod recommendation, the first question I'll ask is, what are you fishing for? And from there, I'll kind of pare it down to what fish are you fishing for? Where are you fishing? Is it salt? Is it fresh? Is it ponds? Is it lakes? Is it what type of fishing? And then from there, I'll be able to pare it down. If you're looking for just a general rod recommendation and saying that basically your budget is $100, well, I have an affinity for the ugly stick. And in fact, I just bought that ugly stick to go with the Shimano Corrado BFS XG that I got. Why? Because they're virtually indestructible. The tip you can bend almost basically to a circle and it doesn't break on you. I've had over the years, I'd say maybe 5 or 6 ugly sticks, and none of them were a result of the rod breaking. Most of the times it was a result of the rod going over the side of the boat, or in this case, the kayak. All right. So if I'm looking for an all-purpose rod, I would look for a medium ugly stick and just adjust the size to you that you're looking for. In this case, I picked up the ultralight 7-foot rod that is able to handle 2 to 6 pound test line, and let's see, 2 to 6 pound test line, and the lure weight is a 1/32 to a quarter ounce, and which easily fits with that Shimano Corrado BFS XG. And for what I'm trying to do, which is to cast some live mullet, live shad without any other weight other than the hook, the line, and the fish itself. And the intent there is this last round of the coast, learned that if you're going to go for some of the larger speckled trout, not your keeper size ones, not even the undersized one, the bigger they are, the more trophy they are. I guess they get wary of the hardware that's on the bait itself. So if there's some hardware on there, if it's just not acting right, something's off, they'll look and turn away, which you've seen that happen a lot with trout. And so question concerning all-purpose $100 rod, get you an ugly stick and just pair it with the reel that you're using, and you should be good to go. And it's a very tough rod. But if you are looking for a specific recommendation for a fishing rod, suggestion is to tell the person or let the person know who you're asking, the type of fishing you're doing, where you're going to be fishing, type of fish that you're pursuing, and then maybe even some background as to what kind of reel you're going to put on there. And that's going to tell them a lot as to the recommendation that they'll give you. Okay. There was a comment on one of the live streams that indicated that in Florida, the treble hooks are not allowed when you're fishing live bait. And here in Texas, it's allowed. You can use a treble hook. The only hook restriction I noted was when it comes to shark fishing in the Gulf, you got to have these non-offset, non-stainless steel circle hooks. Those are the only hooks that are legal when fishing for shark in Texas. Okay, let's see. There was another question concerning. There was an individual that was going to be trying to pursue some trout as well as smallmouth bass in the next few weeks, and they were looking for some recommendations of fishing them if they were in the weeds. And I'm not sure how to answer that one, because a lot of times the trout that I'm fishing for is usually ones that are either in a river or that have been stocked in a pond. And most of the time when they're in a pond, they're doing this circular movement or pattern through that stocked pond. In the case of trout, in a river, they're tending to be in the seams as well as behind rocks or in the faster moving waters of that particular river. So I haven't really fished any trout or smallmouth and weeds. In fact, most of the time when I'm fishing for trout, it's in more of a clear area with not much weeds. I guess because of the water movement or because of that circular pattern that they're doing through the pond, where they don't even really worry about the ponds and whatnot. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, there's one other note that I saw from one of the other live streams. Oh, sabiki rigs. Okay, so someone had mentioned using a sabiki rig. It's a with a feather style. I've used ones with that feather style. I also use ones that I make out of basically a potato chip wrapper or a little snack wrapper where I can tie in a triangle shape and put it on the hook itself. And I've got this little sabiki fly that I can put on the on quickly, sabiki rig style, and use it to cast with a heavy weight on various points of a lake, and I catch some fish that way. I think I've got some old videos of yours truly hitting up the local lake and being able to cast pretty good with that setup. All right, Caleb and Griffin's Food Reviews. Yo, what's up? All right, cool. Just hanging out here, just talking some fishing. Q&A. We did try starting up the other live stream, and unfortunately got some audio lag, so I just shifted over to the podcasting unit hardware that I use, which is basically a microphone here with a cover, the phone right here in a vertical format, just on a stand, and then I've got it connected to the Zoom pod track, so I can give little sound effects. And then I think there's this one, that little clapping. It's a pretty cool outfit, and it does this does pretty good with the sound quality. I think there is a fridge in the background that you maybe hear buzzing, so hopefully I can tone that noise down. Anyhow, those were some of the questions that came up this past set of live streams. Additionally, some key things that we asked that you look forward to here in the next few weeks is I'm going to take out that Shimano Corrado BFSXG bait finesse style rod, do some more ultralight bait casting. I'm calling it the Live Bait Finesse Systems Combo. And so when you see some follow-up videos, you'll see myself kind of referring to that combo in that manner, because the full intent of what I'm doing is using it to practice my thumb casting, bait casting, so that I can cast a 3 to 4 inch live mullet, the distance I need to get to where the fish I'm targeting. And here right now, I would say if I can get a good 40, 50 foot cast, I'll be in the money zone when it comes fishing under the lights on the coast. I may even take it out in the kayak, put it in that trolling bucket that I picked up. I did lose the trolling bucket this past trip to the coast, but I got a replacement now. And what I plan on doing is put a bunch of shad in there, catch it with the line or the cast net, and troll it behind me in the kayak, and they'll stay alive a good 3-4 days in some cases. And I should be able to get a good thumb education to the thumb, and be able to cast these live shad, live mullet for maybe a bruiser fish or two. All right, and already got a good feeling for that combo. The first big fish I've caught with it after about an hour session with it the same day that it arrived. Caught a little bluegill, and then after about a good session or two of fish in the pond, ended up catching basically a 20-inch channel catfish. Put a good fight. Took me about 3-4 minutes to bring it in. The reel clicker sounded really good, and the line held. I was using 6-pound test mono, just the straight basic mono that you pick up at Walmart or Amazon or wherever. I did get the high vis version of it this time. It's more of an orange fluorescent color, just because I want to be able to see that line a little bit better than I have been. Alrighty. Anyways, that's all I had this round. I think I'm caught up in a lot of the comments, questions that came up during the past live streams. Did have some folks join in talking non-fishing stuff, so just use the thumbs and I'll cut the moderation out and block them. Let's see. Let's do this one. All right. All right. Anyhow, all for now. Appreciate y'all joining. And until next time, we'll catch y'all later. Good luck and good fishing.